300 racing, an 8-lap sprint race for these guys here. Cormac Buchanan, Jesse Stroud, DNFs here yesterday, so they're both back out on track. Hamish Simpson there on the front row with Dennis Charlotte as well. We've got Caleb Gilmore, Cameron Leslie, and Hamish Fox, Tyler King as well. So that's your first two rows. We're on the starters' hands and ready to go. Supersport 300 racing, and we're away. A great start. Jesse Stroud on the beautiful Hallicraft Racing MT03. So not the beloved R3 out there as he goes into turn number one. We've got a bit of contact into the first corner and a couple of guys down. So we've got Cormac Buchanan's one of the guys down, and it looks like it might be Samuel Guthrie as well on the 99. So unfortunate stuff. We've got a bit of carnage into the first corner, and not what the doctor ordered there. So unfortunate stuff. And Cormac Buchanan, he's just about hung on to that, but there. So a bit of drama here as our championship winner. He's now trackside to go with his DNF here yesterday. So not the weekend to remember for Cormac Buchanan in 300 racing. But now we're going to go racing with that, looking at Rod Price, team boss at Hallicraft Racing. They call it the pizza delivery bike, the beautiful MT03, the naked fed machine. And it'd be great to see if Jesse Stroud can go and run off with this one here. Because I'll tell you what, with Cormac Buchanan, he locked away the championship with a complete round to spare, but it has not really been a reflection on just how good this championship's been to watch between those front two. So this will be just desserts for Jesse Stroud if he can hang on for the race win here. Just a short 8-lapper, and with our championship winner out of this one, could see a new winner potentially in 300 racing.
Oh wow, and how good was yesterday? So I don't know what we're doing here at the moment. Hopefully you understand that our audio's down a little bit at the moment, so just making sure we can come through you loud and proud in a neighbourhood near you. So looking out for those people on Ctas and also for those here at Taupo's International Motorsport Park as we look out for the class. Complete changes going on. Man, have we got some upsets potentially on the card here, unfortunately, with Cormac gone, but it is 27-27, and it is the little MT, the MT out there. Great work indeed by Jesse Stroud for Hallicraft Racing, Joe's Garage. Shout out to the Joe's Garage team along with Shoesy Jewellery, and also of course to Bartercard. There's some quality sponsors. Get behind a quality racer following in the footsteps of Super Dad. Here he goes, Mr. Jesse Stroud, in quality form here at the moment as he leads this 300 lineup. Remember, of course, in racing it's normally got Cormac up there at the moment, but Cormac and Sam, of course, well, they unfortunately are down and gone. The Get Off My Moto Lone Star New Zealand, Joe's Garage campaigner, and Sam Guthrie. I think he was the reactionary hiccup from what had happened down in that corner. A great save. If you saw it there on Ctas Live, or for those of you that are here at the venue or you hear about it afterwards, you've got to go back and look at Ctas Live coverage, because you will see what happened there on that first turn. As I think Sam a little bit hot through there, just a little bit of a nudge, and the almost recovery by Cormac is a real credit to the man. And man, you would hate something to happen here today when he's literally on the doorstep of the plane to fly out tonight to head back overseas to pull off another awesome campaign. But I think, Brad, he's just got such hot form here in New Zealand. He's got to go in way better position than he has been in the past with such a good New Zealand season. Those other years he's gone back, and like last year, for example, we didn't have any racing, so he's gone in almost cold in comparison. But with the racing he's had this year, it's got to be in a better position. Let's hope he can do a good recovery from that one, and we'll see him out there, I'm sure, for far greater honours in years to come. What a big year for the man. You can get behind him too, folks, as many other good people have, like Bad Boy Fireworks and others have got him behind him. Bedpost, of course, in Invercargill, along with E. Hayes and Son, the home of the world's fastest Indian. So many other quality local businesses in Southland, but for that matter, anywhere around the country, to get behind this man as he does another assault on the World Junior Cup. So all the best to our man Cormac Buchanan. But no Cormac in this race at the moment, but it's certainly all on out there as we go for the battles, and looking for the best of them must be Jesse at the moment. Now remember, of course, yesterday we had dramas for Jesse with his problems as well as Cormac's. All of a sudden we had some big changes in the podium, and I can tell you what, the depth that we've got through this field as well. Now when we talk about it as 300 Supersport, you've actually got 325s, you've got 300s, you've got 390s. You're going to say 390 in a 300 race, but of course that's a little single KTM RC 390, and believe it or not, it's actually on some of the tracks a disadvantage. You think 390s would have the Stoke and the Poke to be better than a 300/325, but not the case for the twin Yamaha and the twin Kawasaki's in there. So very different kind of motorcycles, but they all fit into this mould of the Supersport 300 racing. So great to see out there as well. And the of course, actually, thank you, yes indeed, the Kawasaki 400. So we had the Ninja Cup but they're a different bike because the 400s have actually had some restrictions put in, and we're really keen to monitor this, Brad, because if we can get the 400s in there will be great, but they can't be as performance-based as the other bikes are. As you can appreciate, a 400 will be getting up there. If we let them be a full standard production bike, they're going to smoke the other field and will again have an imperative. But I think they've also been restricted probably in their debut season a little too great, and it would be nice to see them be able to just do that little millimetre of technology further forward again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a wonderful job by all those involved to do the parity. It's been a lot of work gone in behind the scenes, and just as we talk about this, Caleb Gilmore's getting it right up into the mix, so he's in second place, and he's actually piling on a bit of pressure to that MTO3 of Jesse Stroud. So Caleb Gilmore flying the flag for the Kawasaki Ninja 400 in this class, and he is flying what Hamish Simpson. He is looking racy there in third place. Cameron Leslie on the wet and forget D6 Motorsport entry. That's fourth place in behind there. The legendary Dennis Charlotte on that bright orange Mega Motorcycle Centre machine. So that's a wrap of your top five. Look at Tyler King's in there, Hamish Fox as well. We've got them in 6th and 7th. Leon Jacobs, a debut ride in the championship for him, and he's in 8th place with Hayden Fordyce and Richard Ford taking us all the way down to a quality top 10.
So there's the example of it, Brad. We've got three of those technologies we're talking about in amongst the top four riders. So we've got the Ninja 400, we've got the Yamaha RC3. Well, no, actually, we'll put all four of them because we've got the RC3 and the MT3 as well. So we've actually got the two different model Yamahas. Yes, they have the same engine, but the way the bikes are set up, and one's a more naked bike as compared to the Streamline R3. And Jesse's got the privilege of being on either of those bikes. He generally picks the R3, but I'll tell you what, we've seen him had some fun on that little pizza delivery bike, as we nickname it, and he did that at the famous Burt Munro on the Sunday of the Honda Street Race at the Burt. What a beautiful day for that young man. He came away for me as the hero of the day. Luca Durning had owned it back in 2021, but for 2023 it was this young man, Jesse Stroud, and what an ecliptic day he took on there in beautiful Southland. But here we are back to effectively just 4 weeks later, and we are here at the final of NZSBK New Zealand Superbike Road Racing Champions. What an amazing summer in New Zealand, and I use the word amazing because it just has been. It's been ugly for some parts of the country. Others have had unbelievable fine weather and droughts, depending on whether you go top to bottom. An unusual situation that the lower down you go in New Zealand in the southern hemisphere, the better the weather's been compared to those up in the higher reaches. But anyway, that's a whole weather story to talk about. We'll talk about it for years to come. But at the moment, it's all weather, all laid on the line on the track. And the change as well. Caleb Gilmore, he's not had a lead in this by far, Brad. Oh, here we go. The pizza up on the inside. Oh, throw it away. Is it a Domino's? Is it a Pizza Hut? I think it's hell, for example. Or it's hell for the competition, because Jesse's got back in there. He's throwing a leg out and he's tucked it back up on the inside. So all of a sudden, Caleb Gilmore, you're there on that debut Ninja, and you've got a chance to be in there, and that bloody pizza box gets in the way again, Brad.
Unbelievable racing. This is fabulous to see, and Jesse Stroud, he's got the bit between the teeth now. You can see him. He is charging hard. We're halfway through this 8-lapper already. He leads Caleb Gilmore. Then go back to Hamish Simpson, who is right there in third place and right on the pace. So look out there, and their fourth place still with Cameron Leslie, but then a Charlotte piling on a bit of pressure on that number 15. So we've got, like you touched on, our top 5 machines all in completely different manufacturers and bikes, models, and everything on display here. Shout out Tyler King, Hamish Fox, Leon Jacobs, Hayden Fordyce and Richard Ford, still unchanged top 10. And then Kieran Meyer on the TSS Motorcycles KTM RC390 heading up 11th place, with Isaac Waldron rounding out down to top 12. Fabulous to see 25 entries, and you've got guys like Connor London there. He's outside the points. He's in 18th place. He's a former podium getter in New Zealand Superbike Championship level. So what an awesome depth of field. The quality's there, the numbers are there, and it's fabulous racing. So getting excited. 4 laps to go down the back straight. We've got a little ding-dong battle. Caleb Gilmore can't quite get himself back into the lead, so it's still Jesse Stroud, Caleb Gilmore, and then Hamish Simpson. One of these three you'd have to think is going to be the race winner, but which one's it going to be? We've still got a tantalising 3 laps remaining.
Right, it's all on for the battles at the moment. 2070 tucks in behind the fairing. No, it's no fairing. As you can see, the naked bike, you can see the front forks there. You can see how open it is in comparison, but also for the fact, of course, you can see right along the side the bike fairings actually in some ways are a bit of a disguise. Although they're the aerodynamic improvement, of course, they actually shield and cover the bike up. You actually don't see anywhere near as much motorcycle, whereas you can do, of course, with the 27. So you get an idea with the fairings as low as they are. You get an idea on the bike of what Jesse's riding at the moment, that he literally is going lower than the crankcases on that bike are. when he lays it over. So spectacular to watch when you see what we call the naked bike, where it's got no fairings around it. So a very different sort of motorcycle, even though the engine's the same with the R3. They're going for it here at the moment. Yamaha Glory, whichever way you look at it. We've just seen it with our 600s and the awesome run by Jake and Cormac out there. Now here we are with the other Yamahas in there, the MT3 and the RC3 for the Yamaha team in there. People at the back further at the moment to look out for as well. I wanted to talk about people like Isaac Waldron and Richard Boyd and Dylan Byrne and Jerry Muir. These are young guys that aren't quite. There's one of them who sponsors me, myself, and I. He's got 3 people behind him. How lucky is he? So that's just what the sport's all about, and it's affordable racing. It's darn good racing. These guys will come away and say, "I've had a victory. I was in 27th place, and I've never finished as high as that." That's something that they could be proud of, and I hope we are too. So if we look at if we look at this class of 300, we look at our ninjas, we look at our also our High Sun Cup. We're talking 70 riders of our fieldbred. We're talking about by far the greatest majority come from these 3 smaller bike classes. Affordable racing, but darn good racing to see as well.
And how fabulous is when you look at the results here, there's 32 competitors that have scored points in this championship so far, so that's fabulous. So and one of those, in what we can see, 30th place overall, Royd Walker-Holt, a former Pro Twin champion, and he's got 2 championship points. Not here, got a broken collarbone, so Royd not here racing this weekend, but fabulous to have him in the paddock and adding his flares. Jesse Stroud still leads Caleb Gilmore and Hamish Simpson. It was a little bit tangled up into the flip-flop here, so this is going to go on for the next lap and a half. Cameron Leslie still hanging on to 4th place ahead of Dennis Charlotte, who's 5th place. Tyler King, Hamish Fox still unchanged, 6th and 7th. Leon Jacobs and Richard Ford ahead of Hayden Fordyce, and then also Kieran Meir with Isaac Waldron still rounding out down to 12th position here in this pretty exciting 300 Supersport Championship. The championship was gone last weekend. There's a pretty decent gap between Jesse Stroud and Dennis for 2nd and 3rd, but from then on you've got real unbelievable stuff. Cameron Leslie and Hamish Simpson, only 6 points separating them, 4th and 5th overall. We've got Samuel Guthrie and Caleb Gilmore. They are only separated by 13 points, so we're going to have plenty to look out for.
Sam was out.
Oh, so Sam was one of the ones that crashed as well. So that's a bit of drama for him. As Tyler King's in 9th in the championship. He's doing a wonderful job out there at the moment. So plenty to look out for in our overalls.
Has he got today? Is that 3?
Yeah, 3. He's triple classing today. Unbelievable about the offer, and he's got 3 150 races as well. So he's going to be absolutely shattered after this. So let's get excited, because we're only a couple of corners away from the white flag coming out. It's still Jesse Stroud ahead of Hamish Simpson and Caleb Gilmore. So Caleb, after leading in the flip-flop a lap ago, now back into 3rd with work to do. But this is going to be a hell of a last lap we've got here coming up. 1 more to go out of turn 14. Jesse Stroud, can he chip away? One of these 3 riders is going to be a first-time winner in Supersport 300. We had Cameron Leslie here win yesterday. So one of these 3 is going to win for the first time in this championship. And these 3 riders, so look out for it. It's going to be brilliant. 1 more lap to go. We've got that battle. 4th and 5th still unchanged with Dennis Charlotte and trying everything he's got in that bag of tricks. It's a massive bag, and he's in 5th place at the moment.
I want to talk about 8 days of the Charlotte family. Well, if anybody can put in an effort like this, I don't know, Brad. Absolutely brilliant. First of all, of course, we've got no 150s up there, and there was a real reason for having that. We had the higher end of our sport. We had the Legends, we had the 2-stroke Shoei Grand Prix, we had the Post Classic. So, hey, that's fine. We've got another aspect of our sport that we added to it. So the little 150s missed out, but they've been given a double header here this weekend. So Dennis, of course, he was one to benefit from that, because he lined up on that famous, beautiful Macintosh Suzuki in its Roger 3 replica colours, the CRC bike, up there last weekend. So he had a heyday of a day. Then you go during the week, of course, on a plane over to Victoria, and bingo, here's young Hunter as well, doing more OJC. That's the Oceania Junior Cup riding in Australia at a circuit called Winton, not too far from Melbourne. So here's his time in the limelight. But hey, back in New Zealand at fabulous Pukekohe, this circuit we're all crying about that's about to close down in New Zealand, because we've got to make way for some horses, but that's another story, as we had a ride by Dennis Charlotte, Super Dad again, on the famous Britain, something he dreamed about ever since he saw it debut at Ruperton all those years ago. So bring it on, Brad.
Yeah, fabulous weekend ride as we see who's going to win this one. Jesse Stroud out of the final corner. Can he hang on? He's done all the hard work and he's out of the final corner. Turn 14 and a race win finally for Jesse Stroud. He's getting the job done. Hamish Simpson's going to come home in 2nd place. Caleb Gilmore's going to come home and bring that Pastmaster Training Ninja 400 home in 3rd place. What a fabulous result that is there, as we see. The run to the line for 4th and 5th place was absolutely hectic, as Cameron Leslie just hangs on by less than a 10th. 3/100ths of a second between Cameron and Dennis. So that's 4th and 5th place. Then Tyler King's going to hang on for 6th place ahead of Hamish Fox. And then look out for Leon Jacobs there, 8th place. Richard Ford's going to be there in quality 8th place at the moment. We've got Isaac Waldron, who's been climbing up the ladder board. He's going to come home in a potential fantastic 10th place. Hayden Fordyce there in 11th. Kieran Meir there for what will be 12th place ahead of Jerry Muir narrowly. So that goes you all the way down to 13th place. Fabulous racing, and what a cool championship we had. We had Cameron Leslie win for the first time in this championship here yesterday. Now we've got the Hallicraft Racing MT03 has finally got the job done, and a race win for Jesse Stroud. He is going a long way towards locking away that number 2 NZ and 300 Supersport Racing, and that'll be just what the doctor ordered. Hopefully everything A-OK with Corn Buchanan and Sam Guthrie. Unfortunately non-finishers for those two, but we will cross down to Deal, who'll have our Supersport 300 podium.
Hey, nothing personal to the three that are here, but as I've just gone past the shed, I had to ask the question, is Cormac, Sam okay? The word is yes, they are okay. So that's the most important thing. When we see a crash like that on the first corner, we're always conscious of the welfare of our other riders. So good. Yeah, look at this. Great to see the team out here, and well done, Caleb. Hey, everybody wants to give you a cheer and clap. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, pretty insane. I mean, it was almost the same race we had like a couple of years ago on Jix's, me and Jesse just towing each other out the front. I mean, I got pipped in the last lap by Hamish. It was a great pass. I was like, man, I tried everything I could, but you know, that's racing, and we're back on the podium, and that's our goal this weekend. So honestly, I'm stoked. I just like to thank everyone, the whole team, everyone who helps me out. Team Stroud Connect, massive shout out to them. They've been helping me heaps. Teams, Past Masters, everyone. Jesse for towing me out. That was awesome. Thank you.
Lovely words, Caleb. We see it. There's the Caleb fan club. Hey, look at that. Rent a crowd. Nice to see you, young man. Well done, Jake. Lovely to see you. Jake Stroud here in the crowd as well. I wonder if he cheers his brother the same. We'll find out in a minute. All right, we'll keep an eye on him. But first of all, here's Hamish. Hey, you know, Caleb was on fire, mate, and you just pipped him in that last lap. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I mean, like, after the race yesterday, we just had to go out and, you know, just see what happened, and it seems it went pretty well. I'm not sure what happened to Cormac though. What happened
First
there?
corner, mate. First corner.
True.
Him and Sam Guthrie go down.
Oh, damn. That's unfortunate, especially after yesterday.
Yeah, well, so here's Hamish. So here's Hamish asking the question, of course, because he's in front of the pack. Cormac had a terrible start, and he's further back, and Hamish didn't even realise about Sam and Cormac going on. All of a sudden you realise, hey, what goes on? But that's the drama of racing. He was lucky that he put the title away last week, so not a major consequence. The good news from the paddock is he's okay. So what does this do for your racing, Hamish, personally?
I think it just goes to show that we've come a long way from where we started back in AMCC this season.
Yeah.
And I mean, even that was a big step up from last season. And getting onto this Pro Twins makes us feel like a toy, and things just seem to be gathering speed and just growing and at an unprecedented rate, really.
Beautiful words, here and great. So when you're looking at all your stories about much improved, you know that word, who's been the most improved rider? People like Hamish can go right into that realm, which is great to see. So well done. Morning, Jesse. Is that the ultimate race day?
Oh, it's a bit of a bummer that Cormac fell off, but no, it's definitely cool battling with these guys on this thing, and the bike just goes so well, and I'm happy it's here.
Hey mate, I'll tell you what, because we can see the great Ctas coverage, and the fairing kind of a bike, they sort of look more innocent. On a naked bike, you can see how low you go. You can't even see fresh air in underneath there. Looks pretty impressive. So it's great to have it as a backup bike.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, the other bike broke down yesterday, and I was a bit gutted, but I was super happy I got to ride this bike because the bike goes so well, and I'm just loving it. And yeah, thanks to the team who just got it all sorted for me and just doing such a great job.
Hey, what about the fact you got somebody like Caleb, and Caleb has not been a serious threat all season, and you just go and throw that kind of race, so there's good people coming in behind you.
Yeah, I was real happy when I looked behind, I saw Caleb, and I was like, yeah, there he is. And so yeah, I was really happy I got to have a good battle with him. And yeah, I've been wanting to have a battle with him all season, so it's really cool to have him out there and racing against me.
Hey, well, you're a young guy in the field, but you're inspiring other young people to come through. And somebody like Hamish, what a season he's having, because he's seen more podiums in the last 2 weeks than he's seen in his entire race career.
Yeah, I guess they've been having good battles as well. Dennis, Caleb, and Hamish have all been going well, and obviously me and Cormac have had a rough 2 weekends, but yeah, it's part of racing, and so yeah.
Hey, and I really would like to interview you on the 600s. Don't take it wrong, but you may not end up there for my next interview. What's it like being on the big bike?
Oh, I'll give it a go, try when we're on the podium. But
yeah, I'd love to interview you.
Yeah, I guess it takes time on the bike, but no, the bike's really well. The team have done such a good job getting it all ready, and the bike, it's fast and it's a good bike.
Hey mate, we saw that at the Burt Munro. You were incredible down there at Teretonga. Can you repeat some of that today?
Oh yeah, I ended up second overall, equal with Luca, so I was pretty happy with that. And the track's a nice flowing track for the 600, and yeah, first time on it, so just learning it was so cool.
Good run. Well done. Lovely to have him with us. Jesse Stroud. How good's that? Where's that brother? Give me a cheer, is he? Oh, no, he's done a runner. He's gone and done a runner. Great to have... Oh, no, there's Jacob. Well done. Nice to have... I'm going to go over and talk to Jacob. So here's Jacob, big bro. He led the examples. Do you remember those 150 races? And here's this little scrawny guy. They had to throw some weights on his bike. Holy hell, you remember those days? He had bloody hunks of steel down his leather. I'll never forget that, but that's another story. Jacob Stroud, welcome along. Does it feel good to be back in the paddock?
Yeah, no, it's good to be here for sure. A little bit jealous in the boys having such a good race out there, especially seeing everybody out there, Joe out there, Jesse out there, Dad here. It would have been really cool, but no, it's good to see. The fun they have on weekdays racing at Tokoroa translates to to race day performance, so it's really, really good to see.
Good mate, how's married life?
Oh mate, can't complain. Can't complain at all.
Nice. Good. All right, tell me about a day in the life of. Do you do the washing, the dishes, or make the bed? Tell me.
I made dinner yesterday. So
oh, you made dinner? Oh, what was it? Pizza?
Jesse delivered it to us, so it was pretty good.
Comment of the day, Jake Stroud. Lovely to have you with us. Superbikes, let's go racing.
All right, fabulous.